Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Nirmal Bang. I'm Hiral Dadia. We have with us Kapil Agarwal, Joint Managing Director at UFO Movies, joining in. Welcome to the show, Kapil. A pleasure to have you on the show and speak to you after a really long time as well. I hope everyone's safe around you, in your family and colleagues, and yourself as well.
Yeah, thank you, Hiral, for having me on this show. It's a really pleasure. And yes, absolutely no complaints. Everybody is safe and sound. No incidents of COVID in the family or around. So everyone is safe. Everyone is fine.
Right. Overall, Kapil, if you go to see the kind of impact COVID has had on different businesses, different sectors, hospitality, leisure has been one which has been affected the most, and the revival also has been the slowest versus the other sectors. How would you actually, number one, describe the impact of COVID on the industry which you belong and the business that you are in? And how have you seen things improve?
Uh, I think the only way to describe is that the industry has been completely shut. The film, the entertainment industry. Uh, Second, I think 9th of March, cinemas, states started ordering shutting of cinemas early this year. And by 25th, everything had shut, 25th of March. And till middle of October, end of October, when the government permitted reopening of the cinemas with 50% capacity, that's when they opened. So business was completely shut. And, obviously it affected the overall industry by great measures because a lot of films who could not hold it for the theatrical release, they were forced to sell it to the OTT platforms. A lot of movies went away. And even now, when the industry has come back, it has been allowed to open with 50% capacity utilization.
Mm.
To that extent, there is and everybody, the so obviously it's affected us very greatly. Everybody.
Right. So, Kapil, because of COVID, what happened is a lot of good business decisions that have been taken by different sectors, different businesses. There have been changes in strategies that have been implemented as well. And again, for the good. Similarly, you have UFO movies as well, which is forayed into film distribution. If you could share more details about the same.
Yeah. So, film distribution, I would say, is the uh, natural backward integration for UFO. Because as you know, we have the digital platform. The digital platform sits between the producers, distributors on one side, where the content is fed into the distribution platform, the digital platform, and the
Mhm.
on the other hand side is the are the exhibitors, and the exhibitors get the content and they play the content. So we play a very very, I think, most significant pipe is what we run in the country. So in terms of the backward integration, either we could go into production of the movies or could go into the distribution. But
Mm.
since UFO is a hardcore service company, we do
Mm.
not invest in the content, we do not take any risk on the content. So obviously, production is ruled out.
Mm.
I would say not only for now, even for future, production is ruled out. So we are not investing in the content. So all we have started. So the second most natural, backward integration was the distribution of films, which we have been thinking for quite some time. To be honest with you, it is not that we are new to it. And in past year, just before COVID, in 1 year we distributed quite a few movies.
Mm.
uh, but we were trying to run that business, and we distributed some small movies, some regional movies, some big movies. So we did release. We were polishing our skills, I would say, to do the distribution, and we were planning to do it in future. But pandemic, the COVID, I would say, has accelerated it because what happened was that when the cinemas reopened,
mm,
when the industry reopened in mid-November, at
mm,
that point of time, they the producers are very scared. So it created a kind of a catch-22 situation or a chicken and egg story.
correct,
The producers were scared to give their content to the cinemas because one, there was a capacity limitation.
correct.
Second, they were not sure whether people will actually come to the cinemas,
Mm, mm, mm,
whether they will come to the cinemas, and so people were scared to release their movies. So whatever limited content went to the theaters, one very important part of release of any movie is marketing that movie, is investing money in the advertising, making people aware that this content is coming, and that's an integral part of any release. Making movie is not enough. So whatever content went to the theaters,
mm,
this is marketing, because people wanted to conserve money and they didn't want to invest too much of money.
mm, mm,
So people were not aware, and obviously the response was dismal. Now, are people so so the one conclusion could have been
mm,
that people are scared to come to the cinema,
correct.
which we believe is not the right conclusion, because whichever sector has opened,
Mm,
whether you look at the markets, when the markets were allowed to open, they were overwhelmed by people. Whether you look at the restaurant sector, I mean, when I go to eat on the weekends with my family or during the week also, I find all restaurants are full or near.
mm,
So people are not scared to go out. All airlines are full.
correct.
People are not scared to go out.
Mm,
It is, but they're going out. Their outing should be worth its while.
correct,
One,
correct.
they don't know. One of the movies, I told my wife that, let's go to that movie. She said, is it a Bhojpuri movie? While it was a Hindi movie which was releasing first day, first show in the theaters. Because
Mm,
there was no marketing on that movie. So that kept us think, and till the people start coming back, the bigger movies will not release, because bigger movies will get more footfalls.
mm.
So to resurrect the entire industry, and 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 I would say, to resurrect the entire industry, it was very important that new content with proper marketing,
Mm,
promotion of the movie goes to the theaters. So that is where we decided that let us take that mantle.
mm,
Because once the bigger movie producers of bigger movies, which are sitting and whose requirement is far higher, the collection requirement is far higher than the small movies. So we said, let us take it upon ourselves.
mm,
Let us get smaller movies. Let's start distributing them. Let's put marketing behind it, and start bringing the audiences back to the theaters.
mm,
And the moment we went out, tomorrow our first movie Shakila is releasing,
mm,
and which I am getting calls from all over the country, and you will be very happy to know,
mm,
because we put a lot of marketing behind that movie. We made
correct.
people aware of that movie. There's so many screens which are opening today because they want to run the movie.
Movie, correct.
And it was very important for us. The second factor was that the theaters opened for some first day first show releases,
Mm,
but next week they didn't have any content.
mm.
Since they did not have any content next week, they had
Content
to
to
close the
release,
theaters
correct.
again. So Hiral, it was very important for us to tell people that, listen, it is not one of movie that we are releasing. We are releasing a slate.
Mm, mm,
This is where we went to announce couple of days back that Shakila is the first movie, but we have a lineup of 11 movies.
movies, correct.
Plus, there are another 8 Marathi movies. There are 5 Gujarati movies. There are 4 Punjabi movies.
Mm,
And since we made the announcement, there are another 20 Hindi movies and South Indian movies to be dubbed in Hindi, big movies. And
mm, mm, mm.
studios have started approaching us that why don't you dub our movies, which are good action movies, in Hindi, and release in your theaters, both in English and Hindi. So what the combined impact of this is, the whole idea is that resurrect the film industry, help theaters reopen, help them attract the audiences, And that is when the bigger movies which are still sitting waiting to be released, movies like Suryavanshi and movies like 83, which
mm,
are waiting to be released, where the producers have taken a very conscious, clear decision that we will not go to OTT.
mm,
But they need to see some footfalls.
mm,
All we are doing is, in our own humble way, we are trying to help producers take it, first of all, helping cinemas to open by giving them content and promoting the
yeah.
content, which will help bringing audiences. Once the bigger movies see that the audiences are coming back,
Mm,
then they will take a call to, then at least that fear that people don't want to come to the theaters because of COVID, at least that fear will be eliminated.
mm, mm, mm.
And
So,
that is what we are trying to do.
right. So, Kapil, if you have to say that your film distribution model is different from the already existing ones, would you agree? And if yes, how is it different?
Uh, I would say yes and no. So primarily distribution is distribution. There is only one way to distribute movies.
Mm,
But we come with a slight difference. One, lot of distributors give advances. Lot of distributions put money in the production of the movies. They give advances. They give minimum guarantees, which we do not do.
mm,
We have entered into a purely, I would say, a service-based model. The advantage that we bring on the table are two or three. One, for distributing, you see, there is no pan-India distributor in the country.
mm,
All the distributors basically go through the regional distributors into different circuits. They talk to various people. They appoint sub distributors. They sell the movie to sub distributors.
mm,
We don't need to do it because we have our own 24 offices. We are connected with every cinema in the country as part of our digital cinema business.
mm,
Since it is part of the digital cinema business and we are already connected, which better connect than us? So we are leveraging that network and infrastructure of ours. We have more than 100 people in various circuits, which are directly dealing with the theaters.
mm.
The same team for distribution. So one, we reach the end customer
Correct.
because other distributors, they give it to some sub distributor, he makes money, then they give it to bookers, local bookers, they make money, then it reaches the theater. So by the time the money flows from the exhibitor to the ultimate producer,
Mm,
there is a lot of leakage in that. What we are going to do is that we are going to go straight to the exhibitors, and there will be no leakage.
correct.
In terms of the commission, everybody charges a fee. Every distributor charges a fee for distributing the movie. We'll also be charging a fee. The second advantage that we bring on the table is the transparency.
Mm,
Because of the presence of this network, which I just explained, we know every theater in the country. One, we have decided that we will not give our movies to anybody,
mm,
any theater who does not have computerized ticketing system.
mm,
So they have to have computerized ticketing system, and they have to, so that we can know what the actual collections are.
mm,
And our ticketing system are such where we get online reporting in real time.
mm,
So today what happens is that, in the current scenario, when you distribute a movie, by the end of the day, you come to know whether some regions are, or some cinemas in a city are reporting very high collection, the other is reporting very low collection.
correct. Correct.
Uh, uh, Next day you can't do anything about it. You can only do postmortem. Our
Correct.
system is in real time. In
Mm,
the cinema in any city or any region, if one theater is showing a 70% booking, another cinema is showing only a 10% booking,
mm,
we know that there is something wrong in that. And we can, on the spot in real time, when the show is on, we can actually go and see what is happening. Is it really that the audiences are not there? And then we can investigate why audiences in that
mm,
theater are not there. Or is there something else? So this gives a lot of comfort to the producer that
correct.
every penny which is earned, it flows to him.
Mm,
And we bring complete transparency. Third, UFO's name is, UFO has the great reputation for being
correct.
completely transparent. So that leakage is not there, transparency is there. UFO's financial muscle, they know that their money will come because a lot of producers from a smaller distributors, they get their money after 6 months, 1 year. And the last is that many times collection from the theaters is also an issue. When we are losing movie after movie, if a theater doesn't give the money for the previous movie, he will not get the next movie from us. And technically, we can always block his shows because we control the digital cinema network. We can block his shows, or he will be forced to pay the money. So the producers are completely assured that when UFO is distributing, all their money will come.
mm,
Now, from the producer angle, we have done a couple of other innovations.
mm,
Additionally, one, today the virtual print fee that we charge for release
yeah,
of a movie, which every distributor or producer has to pay, we have launched now a model of variable VPF.
okay.
In the existing system, what happens is that they decide how many number of shows they want to run, how many theaters they want to release. A VPF is calculated, and that money they have to deposit on Thursday in our bank account before we release the movie on Friday. So
Mm, mm,
upfront fixed cost.
correct,
Now what we have told them is that so now many times if a movie doesn't work, they are out of pocket on the
correct.
on the fixed cost. They are completely out of pocket, and sometimes the very VPF is more than the collection of the movie, and they stand to lose. So what we have done is that we have introduced a variable VPF model. We
Mm,
said we will charge you VPF as a percentage of box office with a cap per location. So if
okay,
it does too well, it is not that, if I'm charging 10% or 5%, it doesn't mean that, if the collection is 5 lakhs, that you pay me 50,000 rupees. We put a cap per location. So you give us it as a percentage of the box office. So if there is no box office collection, you don't pay us anything because
correct, correct.
so one, he will never be out of pocket with this.
Mm, mm, mm,
And second, many movies when they are made, they people make the movies, but at the end of the when you have to release the movie, you have to find a distributor, you have to put money in the print, which I just explained, you have to put money in advertising, and crores of rupees go in advertising. I mean, depending on the movie, how you release. So they run out of this, out of the money when they are producing the movie, and they don't know how to
mm,
from where to get this P&A cost. So print, which is virtual print fee, we have converted into variable. For the advertising, we have tied up with a company, with the
mm,
next company, because we don't take any risk in UFO on the content of any kind, because we are purely in service business.
correct.
We have tied up with an external company who are willing, case by case basis, if there is a good movie, they are willing to put money in, advertising also. So now, once you have the ready-made content,
Mm,
come to us. And third thing, sorry, it's too long, but I'm just trying to complete the entire.
oh,
Uh,
that's fine. Yeah,
Second, lastly, we also have our own trailer inventory because we run the advertising of 37
correct.
screens in the country.
Mm,
So now, whenever any movie comes, earlier they had to pay us upfront money for running the trailers there.
mm,
Now, again, we are telling them that we'll run your trailer in all theaters where the movie can go.
mm,
Direct marketing to the audiences, who are likely to watch that movie more than, doing it in newspapers or radio where there is a lot of leakage. It is
correct.
direct to the audiences. We will run the trailers everywhere. And again, for the trailer, you will never be out of pocket. We will charge it as a small percentage of the collection.
Mm,
So with this entire package, end-to-end package, that is print, advertising, trailering is taken care of. His transparency, collection need is
correct.
taken
Yeah,
care of. All this comes for a small fee.
correct.
I think that is where, because we have the infrastructure, and then as the biggest player in the country in this area, we have
Mm,
also spoken to our other counterparts who are the other digital players, And they have all very readily, adopted this model because everybody wishes that the cinema comes back to its old glory.
Correct, correct. So Kapil, with this, these are very good steps and good strategies that you as a business have adopted. Another thing that I was reading is that, UFO and one more brand has announced 100% waiver with regards to the VPF fees for the month of December. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, a 60% reduction for January. Is that right as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what happened was that the cinemas opened with limited capacity.
Mm,
People were not willing to do this and then release the movies, and then the virtual print fee they had to pay upfront.
mm,
Again, to help the industry come back on its feet, we declared waiver of 100% waiver first in November.
correct.
But that declaration came like, and movies were hardly releasing. So people came back to us with a request that if you announce it for a longer period, then because we need time to plan the release, we need to market the movie, promote the movie. So November is not enough. So mid-November we announced that for the month of January we will do again 100. For the month of December we'll do 100% waiver.
Mm,
So that, because idea is that the movie should go to the theaters, because that is only when we also ultimately make money, and theater should reopen. And for the month of January, we did a 60% waiver. So we declared it for 2.5 months in mid-November, so that people know that this is what they have to incur. And a lot of movies released, lot of small movies released in the month of December, and a lot of movies are planned now in the month of January
mm, mm.
because of that. And in South region, we did not declare a 100% waiver. We have declared a 60% waiver from December till March.
Hmm.
So because South is a different market and the BPF structure there is very different actually, unlike the structure in non-South states, which they call commonly North. So it's North and South, although entire India, five states of South and Pondicherry is called North in film parlance. So for North, we declared till January, and we say that let us see how the situation emerges, because we want to really help the producers release their movies. We really want to help the theaters reopen so that the audiences start coming back.
Correct. So with this, overall, if you go to see for UFO, we've seen three different revenue streams. That's BPF, the rental of the equipments, and monetizing advertising inventory. And now you have another vertical that has come in as well as a revenue stream. Uh, Understood that majority of the revenue streams right now have been broken. If you have to look at FY22 as a year, how what segment of business is going to give you what quantum of revenues in terms of percentage?
I think I'm glad you are not asking 21, because 21 is
Exactly, no, because 21 is something that all of us have to ignore. Even if you tell me a particular number, probably today, it might not hold true in the next 10-15 days if the scenario changes. So, I mean, and in fact, FY22 is also going to be very similar, at least for the first 3 to 6 months. So, I mean, I don't think so we can catch anyone's numbers by the hook of it because scenarios are changing. But just as a strategy, what is your view?
so. As a listed company, obviously I can't make a forward-looking statement, or I can't
Correct.
give a forward-looking number. But I think uh, my belief is that in next, the way we have moved,
Hmm.
because now we are sitting end of December. Tomorrow, Wonder Woman is releasing, Shakila is releasing, and we are seeing for Wonder Woman, we are seeing very good, uh, advance booking
Hmm.
collection numbers. So the myth that the people don't want to come to the theaters or are scared to come to the theaters, I think in next couple of days that myth will be broken.
Correct.
And we are also hearing some bigger movies in South India as well as English movies are getting planned for the month of January.
Hmm.
So मुझे ऐसा लगता है, I feel that by March the film industry will be back at 70-80% level.
Okay.
And if that comes back in on 70-80% level,
mm, mm,
I think next year, more or less our VPF and our rental should be restored. Advertising, I think, will remain under pressure for first few months.
mm,
Because again, advertisers will wait to see. Although we saw very good reports of advertisers for the biggest multiplex chain in India. I read in the newspaper, Economic Times, couple of days back, that some 40 advertisers are advertising and there are tie-ups going because people.
mm.
So which demonstrates that the advertisers are willing to come back, but they will wait to
Correct.
see that the people come back,
Mm,
like a big film. If all goes well, if I think by March the cinemas big films release, I also hear that some of the biggest blockbusters of the year, they are planning their releases in February and March.
mm, mm.
If that happens, Hiral, then I think anybody's guess, because so I think rental VPF should be taken care of in FY22, uh, because there is a lot of library content also which will now release, which will compete to release in future as soon as the cinemas open with these efforts.
Mm,
Uh, Rental should be restored. Advertising, I think at least first quarter will remain under pressure, but
mm.
advertising for the whole year also to come back, it will take some time. But the shortfall, I do hope that we will be releasing, I think, movies week on week. And in this model, because the kind of response we have got in last 2 days since we announced, because first we prepared ourselves and we got a slate of 11 movies, which I declared the names also in our press release. Once we did that and once we made the public announcement couple of days back, we are inundated with the inquiries. Now, since these inquiries are coming, so I think my anticipation was that we should be doing at least one movie per week so
Mm.
that cinemas know and they remain open. But it seems that it may be actually more than that. There are so many movies. So if that kind of distribution slate we have, so since we will be earning service revenue on as a part of distribution, regular trailer revenue, regular revenue from distribution slate. So I think to some extent the bottom line should be restored from that. What exactly that number will be, I think too early to say.
Too early to say. Absolutely. And then, couple, another thing is, so do you think converting everything now to a revenue share model is something which would be a preferred strategy?
Well, pretty much now, which stream you are talking about? So virtual print fee we have already declared, and I am already
Correct.
there
Correct.
that we have converted. Second is rental. Rental is pretty much zero because we charge rental from the theater, but when
Mm,
we sell is advertising, we actually give that advertising share back to them, which is in probably 70 to 80% cases equal to or more than the rental,
mm,
because we share very substantial amount with the theaters.
correct.
So therefore, so that is pretty much already taken care of. So
Mm,
the only thing which was left to be converted into variable was the VPF and the trailers,
correct.
which we have now announced that we will convert into variable cost. So now ours is an open platform, is a transparent and a neutral platform. When we distribute movies on this platform ourselves, even then we are going to be treated exactly the same way that any other distributor is going to be treated.
Mm,
Whatever is available to UFO to release, it is also available to other distributors. So if they
mm,
want to pick up the variable VPF model, they can talk to us and we will give them the variable VPF model as well on the same terms as what UFO itself will be doing. If they want to, but we will also continue with the fixed VPF model, which was there earlier.
mm,
So it is the option of the industry what they want to pick up, whether they want to continue with that. Now, suppose there is a very big blockbuster movie coming, which is expecting a 300 crore revenue. It may not make sense for them to go on the variable VPF model because they will end up paying more. Because if everything is peaked out, they will pay more.
mm.
They may like to pick up still the old model. So we will make everything possible, everything, we'll make every possibility available to the market and we'll leave it to the market to decide what they want.
Want correct. And then with this, Another thing is right now, I think 50% capacity is what the government is allowing. By when do you think the government will start allowing, say, 70, 75%, or even the 100% capacity? Because that's something which will give a boost to producers and theaters as well. Kapil, can you hear me?
I can hear you now actually. I had disappeared. You had frozen or I had frozen. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't know. Yeah, I'm saying my question was basically that the government is now allowing, say, around 50% capacity. By when do you think will they allow 75% to 100% capacity? Because that's something which is going to give a boost to the producers also, because then they will be confident of releasing, bigger budget movies, or even theaters will be confident.
Well, first of all, I wish I had that answer.
But
or
are
I
you all making recommendations on it?
No, we are making recommendation. The entire industry is working with the
Mm,
government, and governments are worried about the spread of pandemic, which has come in the
correct.
under control with so much of difficulty. And I think we are the uh, we are uh, one of the countries where the incidence is the lowest in the world. Actually,
Mm,
as a matter of fact. So, which is a good thing. And I think the situation of virus is really improving, and government has been relaxing various sectors. So, I'm sure that it at least 75% should not be too far away.
mm.
Let us see. I think, I mean, I don't know, I can't predict the time, but it is not too far away. And eventually, we should move to 100%. But I really can't make a prediction because, uh, what the government is thinking. But as I said, that since the various sectors, airline is being relaxed, restaurants are getting more and more relaxation. So there is no reason markets are getting more and more relaxation. There is no reason why cinema industry will not. And by the way, cinema is one industry, at least as far as I know,
Mm.
a single case of coronavirus has been reported from the entire world.
Wow.
Not one case. Well, people say that you are sitting in the confined
Mm-hmm.
of the theater, and you are sitting in the air conditioned environment, and the virus will spread.
Mm.
I have not heard a single incident from any cinema hall in the world. And the chains, the cinema owners are really taking
A lot of care and precaution, correct.
great precaution. They have introduced a lot of protocols, and they are really working in the best possible environment. So not a single case. And government, I'm sure, will consider that. And
Absolutely. I think that's great news to hear as well, where there are safe places of entertainment which are still available. But with this, another trend couple that I've been witnessing is that unlike Hindi movies, you have a lot of regional movies that are getting released right now. Is that a trend that you have been witnessing as well?
listen, please understand, if I give you some data,
Hmm. Hmm.
in India, we release roughly 1,600 movies a year.
Hmm.
Out of 1,600 movies, Hindi movies are only less than 250.
Okay.
So more than 1,300 are, if you call everything else regional movie
Hmm.
outside Hindi, there are more than 1,300 regional movies.
Wow.
Take away 70, 80 English movies, Hollywood movies, Hollywood or other English movies, more than 1,250 regional movies are produced in the country. So that ratio speaks for, I think that answers your question.
Correct, absolutely. No, so are we trying to say that even the regional guys have not been that scared and fearful and they've not sat back to release movies in these unprecedented times since the time theaters have opened?
I think the reaction all over the country is the same. So,
Hmm, hmm.
in point is West Bengal
Okay.
at Puja. Yeah, that I think one very important statistics or data I forgot to give you. I
Hmm,
talked about markets. I talked about airlines. For the film industry, there were quite a few new releases at the time of Puja in West Bengal.
Hmm.
Trust me, all theaters were full,
Wow.
back to 50% capacity, what was allowed.
Hmm.
Because when the new content came, interesting content came, people went out and watched the movies. So there was absolutely no fear in the minds of people. So wherever there is content, and I think,
Hmm.
and it is equally applicable to regional as well as Hindi market. I mean, there is no distinction between the Hindi market or the regional market.
The
I think,
regional market.
yeah, people behave the same way. South market is slightly different. There is one movie which is expected to release, yet to be
Hmm.
announced, but we are hearing the grapevine that it is releasing at Pongal.
Hmm.
I mean, there are jubilations going on in the fans of that actor in the Tamil Nadu.
Hmm.
People just want to go, and people are promising that every seat will be sold if that movie releases.
Wow. So there is that revival that we are seeing. And very lastly, couple, how long do you think that the industry will take to come back to pre-COVID levels with regards to where footfall is concerned, with regards to where the total revenues are concerned, occupancy goes? How long do you think?
As I said, that I think next 3 months will be defining,
Hmm, hmm.
and we will start seeing the flavor of that hopefully by tomorrow, when
Right.
the Wonder Woman and Shakila, these two movies, one English global movie by Warner and one Hindi movie releases, which is also getting a lot of attraction. So with these two movies, I think tomorrow itself we should start seeing that this weekend will be good. We'll
Hmm,
start seeing. And as I said, that big movies are being planned in the month of January in South. There are blockbusters of Hindi which are pending, are being planned in the month of December, February and March.
hmm.
Anybody's guess. I think there is no reason why the things should not come back to normal latest by Q1
Correct.
22.
Right. So hoping that things come back to normal across. Thank you so much, couple, for joining us on the show. It was a pleasure to speak to you. Great insights, great understandings that we've picked up from you and how the outlook could be looking like going ahead. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as well. Hoping to speak to you soon again and stay safe.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Errol.